A bit of old school this week. Not much in the pipeline come through yet. A few auction wins that will probably turn up next week. So I did manage to get, well, there they are, the earlier version with the solid rod split axle, which can be changed. But these metal ones, they do run on some of the Pico stuff. But I'll like to see how I get on with these, because I've got a variation of pretty much everything they've ever done with these ones. So the concept ones normally attract a bit of a premium, but I managed to pick the 3 of these up for £16, including the postage. So even sort of cheaper than I would find them at the toy and train fairs. But they're all intact, they all work. A little bit of rust on the ends there, I've just cleaned up and then just gone over them with a permanent marker pen. So, back again, another unboxing. Well, some little scurrying pups underneath my feet. Well, they're not pups. One of them's getting on a little bit, so I think she might be in her twilight weeks or months. Yeah. 2 parcels from the same company. I did I mentioned them before, Model Junction of Slough, who are in the process of closing. They'll let the dogs out now. Yeah, they're in the process of closing, winding down, so the stock that is there is not getting replenished. And it's not so much on the site since my last mention. All the knock stuff is pretty much gone now. There are a few bits like the little tuft packs and things. But I happened to notice they had some Pico track. Hence the big box. Now, as it goes, as you might recall, I do have quite a bit of Pico track. A lot of Pico flexi track, but I don't have a lot of concrete sleeper. I managed to get 2 new packs pre the silly price increases during the stock shortages of the you-know-what period. I managed to acquire 2 packs from Rousel Sheffield for £74, which is a distant memory now for what it is over £100 RRP now. Anyway, they had some. Can't remember what it was now, I think 15 lengths, or let's have a look. So here's never seen a Pico bag before, but yeah, some of this stuff is obviously because they're doing American, it's code 70 and 83, but this is code 100, or it was in the advert, so I thought, well, I'll snap up what they got left. Seems they're charging the old price for it. And I noticed a few electrofog medium radius, I think they are. There was only 1 of each left, but they were, you know, £20 a pop, just shy of £20. They were doing them for half the money, which is still expensive because they used to be about 12 quid. I got these for 9. I think they might be in this pack, I'm not sure. No, what's in here? Oh, it's me plastic. So what did we get? I can't remember. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of flex track. That was cleaning them out. And I ordered some 1/4 inch, I think it is, I-beam. If you do want any evergreen or plastruct plastic, there is a lot, well, presume a reasonable amount, and it is half the price. Mistake, 15 length, that would have been nice. I knew there was a 15 in it. It was £15.75 for 7 lengths of flex track, which makes them £2.25 a length, which is about half. I think it is about £4.50 now. I did see someone mention in one of their videos it was £3 something a track a length, but I don't know where they're buying it from, because I haven't found anywhere they're selling it at that price anymore. Not when they're asking, well, I think discounted is about £95 a pack now, which is I know there's been an increase, but then they have bought a new machine that's knocking out 900 packs a month. You know, there's something wrong somewhere, like a lot of other things. And doubtless there'll be a further increase as the inflationary things bite. Anyway, we got it. It's the last of their stock, so if you're thinking, oh, sorry, I got the last one. So handy for my later image. But I'd done an order. A couple of days later I thought, because it was late at night when I done it, I thought I was going to have a look at the Mig Ammo paints and buy a few paints, because again they're like £1.24 each. I thought, I've got a few spaces on the rack I can fill, might as well pay that price as paying £2.50 for some other bits and bobs, or buying one of the packs. But obviously I'd already done my order, so I thought, oh, it's only £4 postage, so I'll do an order. I ordered 12, 16 different paints, and just paid the postage. But I popped them an email, because it's been nearly a week since I put the order through, and just sort of popped them a message to say, you know, if you process the two orders, chuck them in the same box. I'm not bothered whether, you know, they can or not, because of the regulations with posting paints. And didn't hear any more, and then a day or so later back I got a message with the dispatch notifications of both of them, and she'd refunded me the postage, and hopefully they're in the other box. So let's have a look. So first bit was, if you've got American stuff, there's the little spring for the couplings, and they were like £1.60. Some more KDs. They are the type that fit in the gearboxes rather than the NEM type. Some line side Pico fencing. I always do like this. If you paint it nowadays, I mean back then in the day you used to just shove it in and it was good enough, but a little bit of paint to give it that weathered wood effect. But what I like about this is, because as long as you don't give them too much stick, the little fence styles, you can angle them, so if you're using this fencing up a hill or a ridge, they will, well, you can see slightly on the picture there, they will flex, so they are as if you were out in a field and you have to nail the stiles at an angle. Now I had this Terraformer. I've never heard of them before. I think again it's probably, well, it says made in China. Tasma Products, College Farm, North End, Meredith, or Meldreth, Royston, Hertfordshire. Well, Royston's not too far away from here, really, about 50 miles. Basically, plaster of Paris bandages, but again, they were at a price that were too good to ignore. I have got several from Hobbycraft when they were doing them cheap, or I think you bought two and, well, if you bought three you paid for two sort of thing, and I went and bought a fair few. I did source some other ones that were quite a bit longer, but as I said, they were of a price to make them worth having at £1.15 each. They are 15 centimetres by 2.7 metres. So it's 6 inches by 7, 8. Well, 2.8 metres is 6 feet, isn't it? So just under about my height, 5'9", something like that. Ish. I needed another one of these little scalpel holder tools, the bigger ones for the bigger blades, and the ones you might give a little bit more teddy to, but I have just a little cheap generic pack of 3, and we got some of this matting. This was a little bit more money, but you can peel it apart and tease it out and use it for draping on trees, bushes, or just general scenic areas, and it does drop quite a bit, but again you can save that if you even reuse it. But they were sort of the little knock puffer bottle, which is, well, knock, but it's branded by Gauge Master as well, which I think retails about £6 for a poffer bottle. I suppose you could use a talc, Johnson's baby talc, and just drill the holes bigger. But it's nice and flexible plastic, which is one of the reasons I didn't go for a cheap alternative. But just for little fine scenic stuff where static grass machines are sometimes a bit too big and bulky unless you make a small one as well. I don't know what I'm going to be tackling yet, so again, £2.60. So again, it's sort of half the price you would normally pay. And they had another pack of the Scenic Express flock and turf. I don't think you can never have enough material for your various scenic items. If you see stuff and mix it and blend it and make your own stuff up, nothing's ever the same in nature, is it? It's dark humus blend, 32 ounces, which it's the same size, but it's exactly the same bottle as Woodland Scenics use. So £3.49 is, you pay that for the empty bottles in Woodland Scenics just to fill it up with your stuff. So I think they may have some more of these. I'm not sure if you get in quick. The points, as you can see, they're the good sized ones, so nice smooth transitions. So we had, I think these were £9, £9.05, £8.45. You only see it come up on the track, but yeah, they were round about that sort of money, like £9, £8. So we went for a slight curve. They only had one straight. I would have bought a few of those if I could have done. These are all Electro Frog on the medium. I have got a boatload. I'll keep them up. Well, I have put it in a couple of videos, but they've been so bloody long I've cut it out. I've got a load of new stuff, code 75, if anyone's interested. I bought a job lot, 3 lots, and it wasn't advertised that they were code 75. It wasn't advertised anything other than they were 00 gauge. The guy died before he built his layout, so he's doing what I'm doing. He bought everything, weathered it up, and then went off to the great quality control in the sky. So I have a load of code 75, which is no good to me because most of my rolling stock is old and won't run on code 75 unless I spend another several £100 worth rewheeling everything, which I ain't gonna do. So I have various turnouts, double slips, single slips. They're all this sort of size. They're not the set track size. There's the staggered points, all sorts. Anyway, if you want a job lot of code 75, get in contact. Well, a shameless plug for railway items. If you want any code 75. No, I'm quite partial to crunchies. I haven't had one for a long while, but I'm hoping it's all the smaller little bits and pieces. I thought were 2 packages because I'd forgot about the track. I bought some. Oh, that could be the paint because I ordered this with the paint, which was this masking tape. But yeah, I thought it was useful for a couple of quid, and it's 18 metres of 2mm. So even road lining and stuff like that, you could use it for masking up road lining. I bought various little BA nuts and screws that they were clearing out, and they're in these handy little boxes as well. But I bought several. I could have bought more, but it was getting a little bit, expensive. So I bought various packs of BA screws for repairs to the older Hornbys maybe, or attachments where you need very small screws, like repairing couplings or fitting couplings and things like that. So, and the other one I bought, I think that should be in here. They're all Expo, was some hookup, well they call it layout wire, 18 strand, this in 18 gauge, could be American, AWG. Where is it? 10 metres. I think they were like £2. I mean, so I bought those in the few remaining colours they had, because it's always handy just to knock some little bits and pieces up. And I have got miles of wire, but a lot of it is military grade stuff that I got from my old works. And it's a bit of a bugger to strip because it's PTFE. A decent set. Well, hopefully because they're Expo, they wouldn't. No, I wouldn't sort of spend the money on Expo drills because they're quite expensive. But the micro drills, so hopefully they don't break. I was going to order 2 packs, but this was the last one again. Some point motor mounting bases, the Pico ones. I have got a lot of second-hand Pico point motors. But there are some places where they just don't seem to fit, and you have to put one above ground and hide it in a little hut or something. One of the cheaper packs of people, the little knock HO scene with a sort of various people in a barbecue, so I thought I could get that. Haven't got that one. You know, do a little scene in the back garden of one of the houses, having a barbie. Some even smaller drill bits. I have got a few, but they invariably snap whenever you need them, and then you've never got another one. So again, hopefully they'll be a little bit better quality than those Chinese ones that you buy, and then they haven't even machined a taper on the end of the drill bit. You can bloody drill with them. And what have we got here? Some Easy Line. This is sort of like fake rubberized transmission power line cable you can use on your telegraph poles or utility poles and pylons. They only had blue left, I think it was, in the small. The other stuff was sort of like heavier gauge, so O gauge. I did look at cheating and buying, because I used to do a bit of course fishing, the elastic pull rigs. Well, the pole elastic, but it's too large a gauge, and the last time I bought that to try and use for wagon repairs, I was trying to tie a knot in the ready silicone rubber, and then you pull it tight and it just undoes. But this is, again, they're normally about £6–7, or getting on for £7, and it was £3 something, and it's 100 metres, so I think, even though my layout I don't think I'll be using all of that. And some more BA screws in various little sizes. Problem is these little boxes are too big to fit in my storage unit. And in here are all the MIG ammo paints, which were £1.24 each, so easily half price. So it's too good an opportunity to miss. So that should be it. That's everything I ordered. So, there are a few more bits inbound this week, if the postage strike hasn't pushed them back, because we're now filming this as of the day after the Queen died, and the post strike's been postponed or cancelled. I don't know what's happening with it, but yeah, by the time this goes out, it'll probably be a fortnight down the line, so anything else will be in the next vid, because this one's probably already too long.